Welcome back to Arise 360. I am Kachi Ofia. So you see, it's been a very, very busy day for the big screen, and there's literally just one topic every single person is talking about today, and that is the Oscars. Now, as always on Arise 360, we have been keeping track of what's been happening, who's been nominated, and who was snubbed. So here's a closer look at film and television. So, period comedy drama The Favourite and Netflix's black and white epic Roma led this year's Oscars race with 10 nominations each. Now, the other contenders include A Star Is Born and Vice with 8 each, followed by Black Panther. Yes, Black Panther made it in with 7 nominations. Now, Black Panther is the first superhero movie to be nominated for Best Picture, and we're super excited. Richard E. Grant has received his first ever nomination, that is Oscar nomination, for Best Supporting Actor for his role in the film Can You Ever Forgive Me? So, joining us live from London to talk through the nominations in more detail is our correspondent, Afua Adam. Afua, it's great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, first of all, 10 nominations for The Favourite and Roma, or Netflix original, I mean. It shows the change in face in movies, doesn't it? I mean, this is obviously something we haven't seen before.
Absolutely, Kachi. You are 100% right. We haven't seen this before, that a Netflix original is up for Best Film against a traditional big screen release. Now, Roma did go into the cinemas for 1 week, I think, around November or December, but otherwise it's a Netflix original, so it was straight to the streaming services, and it just shows the power of Netflix. I mean, they announced the last 3 months of last year that they added 8.8 million more subscribers. And so much of their money goes on making these big screen originals. They have huge budgets for their sort of productions like The Crown, for the serials, and they put that into film as well. And Roma is beautiful. It's a foreign language film. It's a black and white film. So when we had The Artist that won a few years ago, which was actually a silent film as well, this could be a very different contender for the best film title.
Absolutely. I felt like Roma deserved to be there. I'm happy that they made it. And looking at the fact that it was even black and white, not a lot of people, and it was Mexican again, not a lot of people thought it was going to make it in, but it did. Now, let's talk about another category that I have to be honest and say I'm not very, well, I am excited about it, and I'm talking about Best Picture. I mean, this is literally one of the biggest categories, isn't it?
Yeah, Best Picture is the pinnacle. It's always the last one that's announced. And let's face it, it's the one that everybody wants. So, up for Best Picture, we have Black Panther, of course, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favourite, Green Book, Roma, as you mentioned, A Star Is Born, and Vice. It's a very, very tough category. It's worth noting that Spike Lee, this is his first group of Oscar nominations. He's got 3. Black Klansman was nominated for Best Picture. He's also been nominated for Best Director. He has never been nominated for Best Director before in his whole career, which is a little bit ridiculous. He got an honorary Oscar in 2015, but even for Malcolm X, for all those amazing films that he made, Do the Right Thing, which is 30 years old this year, never nominated for an Oscar until Black Klansman came along. Like we said, it's a really tough category. It's amazing that Black Panther is in there, and it's worth noting, you know, these big budget films don't really make it to Best Picture. You know, they kind of had that populist category in that they don't have in this year. And it's great that Black Panther has got that nod, and it's great that Black Klansman has got that nod either. Another one of my favourites in that category is Green Book, which stars Mahershala Ali. I can never say his name right, but he's in that as well. And of course, A Star Is Born, Bradley Cooper. I know, nobody can say his name, but he's so gorgeous and so talented. A Star Is Born, of course, with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga in there as well. And Vice, the story of Dick Cheney, and you've got Christian Bale in there, who fattened up for the role. He's one of these real method actors, like for Batman, you know, he went all muscular for this, he put on weight, and of course he had some costuming added as well. It's a really tough category, and I couldn't call it. I don't want to in case I get it wrong.
I know, but you see, I like to just assume. So we're looking at a situation where we have A Star Is Born, and then we have a movie like Black Panther. Now, Black Klansman, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I feel it was more like a try to fulfill all righteousness type of thing. Let's just put it in there. But you see, Black Panther, A Star Is Born, do you feel made Bohemian Rhapsody as well? Remember that they got the Golden Globe as well. So you see, these are things we really want to look at for Best Picture. But anyways, you see, this category, talking about the actress in a lead role, or rather, yeah, actress in a lead role, talking about nominations for Lady Gaga. I was very surprised and excited, but do you think she can take home the prize?
Honestly, I don't think so. I have to be really honest. Let's just say she's amazing in A Star Is Born. She is amazing. Let's give her props where props is due. She absolutely deserves the nomination. She got the Golden Globe nomination for it as well. And of course, she was very disappointed when she didn't win, bless her. This is another tough category. So you've got Glenn Close in there for The Wife. You've got Olivia Colman for The Favourite. You've got Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me? You've got Yalitza Aparicio, I hope I said that right, for Roma. Of course, Roma's up for Best Picture, 10 nominations. I do think it's tough for Lady Gaga to win in this one. I have to be very, very honest. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve the nomination. I absolutely think that she does. For me, personally, I would give it to Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Oh.
She's a bit of an outsider for this role. The last time she was nominated, yeah, I'm going to go there. And I love Melissa McCarthy. I think she's such a talent. She's hilarious. This film, Can You Ever Forgive Me, is a little bit more straight, but it still has that comedic element. And of course, Richard E. Grant has got the Oscar nomination for supporting actor. The two of them together in this doubleheader are simply amazing. It's a great film, and it's a must-see. Now, Melissa McCarthy was last nominated in 2012 for Bridesmaids, which, if you don't love Bridesmaids, you just don't love life.
Like, really,
a great
you have
film.
to say that.
And
that
she
is
was
such
up
a
for
truth.
Best Supporting. It's so true. If you don't love Bridesmaids, you just don't love life. She was nominated in 2012 for Best Supporting Actress. She didn't take it home, but I really think this could be her year, you know. I really do. Like I said, you've got Glenn Close in there as well.
Exactly.
You've got
Glenn Close with The Wife.
Yalitza for Roma, and of course, which is another brilliant film, a bit of a sleeper hit, that one as well. And you've got Olivia Colman for The Favourite. There's a lot of British actors and actresses and British-made films nominated this year. The Favourite is one of them. You've got Mary, Queen of Scots. You've got Mary Poppins Returns nominated as well. Olivia Colman is really having this sort of renaissance moment at the moment. She's a little bit older than maybe the other people in the category. She's, I think, about 48 years old. But at the moment, she's really having this renaissance. Like, everybody loves her on film and TV. She's doing amazing, and The Favourite is a beautiful film. It's also nominated for costume design amongst screenplay and everything else, and it's great. You know, it's a great film. She plays Queen Anne. She could take it, but if you were to ask me, Melissa McCarthy.
Okay, you see, I have to agree that this category, they picked amazing actresses, but just like we saw actor in a lead role, yes, we had the likes of Bradley Cooper as well for A Star Is Born, and you just said Richard E. Grant, having him right there was amazing. Now, I really want to ask, what is the deal with the, you know how there was this attempt in 2016 to almost boycott the Oscars because it was at a situation of Oscars so white, and then Chris Rock said, oh no, I'm still going to host the show. There were no black nominees whatsoever. Now, with I feel maybe the Oscars tried to lighten the situation by putting, you know, Black Panther in Best Picture. But you see, everybody knows the big box of the night is Best Actor and Best Actress. So do you think we have an Oscar so white situation yet again with the nominations for Best Actor and Best Actress, seeing as there's no black person on that list?
I think if you're talking about those two specific categories, then yes, we do have an Oscar so white situation, because you do not have a single black actor or actress nominated for those two specific categories. However, I think if you look at the Oscars on the whole, you have Black Panther nominated for seven awards. You have Black Klansman nominated for 3 awards. You have Mahershala Ali nominated for Green Book. You have got If Beale Street Could Talk. You've got Regina King, who's picked up her first nomination. She's picked up her first nomination for Best Supporting Actress in there as well. So we are represented throughout. But definitely, I think if you're talking about those specific categories, lead actor and lead actress, we do have an Oscar so white situation. Let's just be honest.
I know, honestly speaking. But anyways, talking about Mahershala Ali, I am so excited for him, honestly. Now, he picked up the nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Although I didn't really get why, seeing as he and Viggo Mortensen were in Green Book and he was supposed to be the lead role. But anyways, away from that, that's another Oscar so white situation right there. But anyways, do you feel like maybe, he could actually sweep this one away?
I hope he does. I really want him to take this, and I really think that he will. He picked up the Golden Globe for it this year. Let's not forget, in 2017, he picked up Best Supporting Actor for Moonlight, and he picked up the Golden Globe for it as well. Very well deserved, and he was really on the ascent then. He was doing a lot of TV stuff as well. I think he will pick this up for Green Book, and I also think that he deserves it. And Green Book is another amazing film. And when we're talking about Barry Jenkins, who I mentioned earlier on, he also wrote If Beale Street Could Talk. And you've got Regina King, who could potentially pick up Supporting Actress for that one as well. Mahershala Ali, it's a tough category. We've got Richard E. Grant in there for Can You Ever Forgive Me? We've also got Adam Driver in there for Black Klansman. You've got Sam Rockwell in there for Vice, and you've got Sam Elliott in there for A Star Is Born. It's a tough category, but I really think he can do it, and I really hope that he does.
You know what? I feel it will be great, if not for anything, for diversity at the Oscars, because we saw Black Panther go away with almost nothing at the Golden Globes when we were so excited. Oh, they got nominated, finally diversity. So it will be great to see some level of diversity with the Oscars. Anyways, Afua, we look forward to chatting with you on this again, because I mean, there's just so much goodness from the Oscars. We have so much to talk about. Thank you so much for joining us on Arise 360. So... Okay, so sadly, it's almost time to say goodbye, but there's still time for a final video, not to worry. So, with Aquaman enjoying massive success at the box office, DC and Warner Brothers are hoping their latest superhero offering will replicate that success. Fingers crossed, with its release date coming in April, the company has already released a new trailer to Shazam. Enjoy.
Daily Bats. I choose you. Say my name so my powers will become yours. Shazam!
I'd like to purchase some of your finest beer, please.
Shazam.
A lair. Yes. If you have a location like on a cliff, like a castle-esque type thing.
Overlooking some water.
Splashing on rocks and stuff, then we will take that.
Well, you see, that's all from us here in Lagos. Thank you so much for watching the show. It has been absolutely phenomenal. Now, don't forget, you can catch us every single weekday at 4 p.m. right here on the Arise News channel. As always, I'm Kachi Ofia. This has been Arise 360, and thank you for watching.